Okay, hi, my name is Nuri Izzati binti Rosli. I'm from DVF5E. So am a first speaker. As you can see here, this is our table of content for our group. Okay, now I will explain more about RHB Islamic Bank introduction. So, basically, RHB Islamic Bank is the Islamic banking arm of the company, offering Sharia compliant banking and financial service across four business divisions as retail banking, corporate and investment banking, business and transaction banking, and Islamic treasury. It continues to be one of the favorite financial institutions for small and medium-sized business by fulfilling ever-changing expectations and adding value across the SME supply chain with our creative financial supply chain grid. Okay, now I will move to the background. Basically, it was established in 2005. RHB Islamic Bank is the first full-fledged Malaysian Islamic bank that has matured from an Islamic banking window operation. Then, primary driver of the Sharia business for the RHB banking group is the basically is the fourth largest bank group in the world with the term of asset. Okay, lastly, leveraging on the operational capability, commitment, and synergy within the largest network of the RHB banking group, total more than 200 branches. Okay, hi. So, I will go through for the product and services under RHB Islamic Bank. For the financial service, RHB Islamic Bank is a full-fledged Islamic bank offering the full suite of Sharia-based banking and financial products and services. Its business segments are retail banking and business banking. Okay, now for saving account, it under based on the Sharia concept of card and community murabahah. Our products are simple, competitive, and full features. Okay, for the current account, it is simple, competitive, and full features such as premier current account. Okay, so here we have restricted investment account. Is a base murabahah contract and it earns greater return on your investment via investment account platform. Okay, for this one, it have a key features to join as an investment um, murabahah contract. At least minimum investment amount 10,000 and eligible for individual or non-individual. About the component of annual report under RHB Islamic Bank. So there are four, if you can see here. First, we will go to financial performance review for 5 years. The items such as total asset, total deposit, and other are basically increased every year. And then the second point is director report. So as you can see here, there are financial result, zakat obligation, and current asset. Here are all that the director report state in the annual report. Okay, then the third point is where board audit committed report. Okay, for this one, there are the summary of work who carry out of a duty and responsibility during the financial year. So there are several items that state under the board audit committed report. And lastly is corporate social responsibility. Okay, so you can see operation, risk management, talent. So here is where the exercise general responsibility for the advancement of economic growth and financial soundness of the corporation and subsidiary. Okay, now I will go through with IFRS versus FES. So basically, I'm going to explain the objective of the financial statement for IFRS. Okay, FRS objective is to develop public interest a single set of high quality, understandable and enforceable global accounting standard to help participate in the world capital market. Okay, for the FAS objective is to develop accounting and auditing thought relevant with Islamic financial institution and to review and amend accounting and auditing standard for Islamic financial institution. Okay, now as you can see here, assets under RHB Islamic Bank, there are some items that have a similarity between other banks. So they have a cash and short-term fund, security purchase, financial investment available for sales, and others also. So here's a remark why these items have the same similarity with other banks. Okay, for Islamic Bank of Malaysia, it have a buy Bitaman Ajil, ITAP, Chawaro and Waramaha financing as term are used. So Islamic bank asset apply to a banking system that comply with Islamic law, also known as a Sharia. So this include pure contract loan transaction as a vector mudarabah, as well as funding of equity and partnership as musyarakah, list-based financing arrangement, ijarah and fee-based operation, wakalah. Okay, now let's move to the liability under RHB Islamic Bank. So here are state the item that have a similarity with other bank. As you can see, although many of these liability are not deposit in traditional sense in Islamic bank in Malaysia, they are usually kept by a conventional bank. Example include guaranteed safekeeping as a deposit contract of Sharia, as known as a card or wadi'ah, and then as well as unsecured investment contract of Sharia as a mudarabah and wakalah. Investment account for beneficiary is known as restricted and unrestricted and sukuk. So here are why this item have a similarity with other bank. Okay, now let's proceed to the equity under RHB Bank. So basically, these two is item under the RHB Bank that have a similarity with other bank. So in this case, in Islamic Bank, in equity financing, Islamic Malaysia financial institution share the benefit with their customer in equity funding as two or more party engage in a profit sharing arrangement whereby the party share the capital in a project and produce a return based on a pre-agreed ratio. Okay, now let's continue with a specific observation under the statement of comprehensive income. So basically, here we under the topic of layout, where we can differentiate between this item is under revenue or under expenses. As I state here in the slide, you can see there are several items under revenue and under expenses. Okay, basically, in Islamic Bank in Malaysia, which use the MFRS standard, often such a product can be recognized as the same revenue as the traditional bank.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Rushada binti Hashim. My ID number is BMF1906099. So I will continue with Hong Leong Bank, which is conventional bank. So I will start with background of the sample. So Hong Leong Bank started operation in Malaysia, which is Kuching, Sarawak, in 95, which is under the name of Kuan Lee and Mortgage and Remittance Company. It has provided the facility of remitting money from overseas Chinese to their families in the southeastern part of China. The company opened branch in Cebu in 1923 And then after 3 years later, another branch was opened in Singapore in 1926. Quang Le Mortgage and Remittance Company was in the Great Depression from 1929 to 90. Quang Le Bank played an important role in reviving confidence and business activity by providing financing to enable all business to be resumed, a new all to be set up. The bank expanded its operation to Malaysia when it opened its first branch in Kuala Lumpur in May 1978, and this followed by another branch in Johor Bahru. Next is product and service. We have 4, which are the first one is deposit amount, minimum 1,000 up to a maximum of 2 million per customer. And second one, daily interest paid upon completion of savings period. Third, enjoy high interest based on the number of days complete. And last one is withdrawal may not be made by direct debit or pursuant to standing order account. Components of annual reports, which are chairman statement. During every year, Hong Leong Bank will achieve new profits and overall asset. And the second one is financial performance review over 5 years. Hong Leong Bank have many financial performance, among where are gross loan, advance and financing, deposit from customer, total income, profitability, asset quality, and capital ratio. And the third one is corporation social responsibility. Hong Leong Bank have been producing good returns and huge saving for the company since its launch in 2016. For the element of financial statements on International Financial Reporting Standard IFRS, which are income statement, is statement showing either balance sheet and statement of cash flow. And under Financial Accounting Standard FAS, which are balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, statement of change in owner equity, and statement of retained earnings. Next is specific observation in statement of financial position (SOFP), which are cash and short-term fund, security purchase under resale agreement, deposit and placement with bank and other financial institution, financial investment available for sale, financial investment held to maturity, financial investment at amortized cost, other asset, deferred tax asset, intangible asset, property, plant and equipment. For the remark, a concept based on a loan arrangement, that is the borrower and debtors relationship between the bank and the customer. The loan term will earn a benefit from the interest paid on the land sum. Then next, for property loan, creditor pay interest on principal amount outstanding. A fixed rate or dependent on floating rate may be interest rates. Under liability, which are customer deposit and placement at bank and other financial institution, security obligations sold under repurchase agreement, payable bill and acceptances, other liability, provision for taxation and deferred tax liability. For the remark, the deposit term report under the liability. In order to get the loan in the first place, client need to pay. This implies that income for the bank is the money received on these loans, and some of the money earned is returned to customer in form of interest in checking and saving account. The money the bank hold is known to be the margin of net interest. And the last one is under equity, which are capital share and reserve. For the remark, creditor and debtor term of use apply to the parties involved in borrowed fund, and specific under equity. A borrower is a person lend money to another party, the debtor or extend credit observation in statement of comprehensive SOCI, which are invest of depositors fund, shareholders fund, and other financing income earned on impaired financing and advance. Next, under expenses are established costs, marketing expenses, administration and general expenses. And for the remark, this bank used the MFRS standard, which is same as the Islamic bank was used to compare to the International Islamic Bank, which is use the FAS standard. The bank that use MFRS standard refer to some item as revenue or income, while in the bank use FAS standard, known item as expenditure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anshaira binti Shamsuri. My ID number is PMF 1906086. As a last presenter, I would like to present about the Islamic International Bank. Islamic International Arab Bank or IIAB commences its banking operation in accordance with Islamic Sharia rules on the Shawwal 12, 1418 Al-Hijrah, 9 February 1998. One of the leading Islamic banking institution in Jordan and the region. Established in Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan as a public shareholding company in accordance with the Companies Act of 1989, registered in the public shareholding company on March 30, 1997. Alright, this is a product and services that IIAB provided, which is internet banking services. For example, inquiry services, request services, transfer fund services. Other than that, IIB also provide set of card, credit and debit card. For example, Visa debit, Visa installment, Visa internet and Visa golden. The last one is other services, which is account personalization, change password, change PIN code and finance calculator. In the component of annual report, Islamic International Arab Bank (IIAB), there are two components, which is chairman's statement. He said the bank has focused on providing comprehensive banking services to supply the demand of all segments at achievable term and fair cost. The bank also focus on add value to economic sectors, which is tourism, agriculture, information and communication. The last one is corporate social responsibility, CSR. This obligation was expressed in all the goods and services provided to businesses and individuals by the bank. The bank uses responsible finance that seeks to protect the interests of consumers and their ability to meet the needs of their families and their duty to society. Next is IFRS versus FAS for accounting concept. International Financial Reporting Standard stand for IFRS is a tool of gathering, organizing and documenting all a company's financial information so that an accountant can easily interpret it and evaluate it as appropriate. The IFRS allows investor and business operators to consider the company's financial detail and to make an educated financial decision. Next is Financial Accounting Standard or FAS, to create a standard structure for accounting and financial reporting and to help explain to the common users of general purpose financial reports or financial statement. Next, we go to the specific observation in Statement of Financial Position (SOPI). Under asset, there are some similar item recorded in financial statement with other banks based on annual report, which are multi-cost financial asset, intangible asset, deferred tax asset, property and facilities, and other asset. In Islamic Bank, IIAB, they use IOF standard that understand that the asset title is not transferred to the lessee and no interest rate provision is reported, since the rental is fixed over the term of ijarah contract. Under liabilities, there are some items similar with other banks based on annual report, which are deferred tax liabilities, provision for income tax, and other liabilities. In Islamic International Arab Bank, IIB, they comply with the IOF standards that the current account of the customer holds the customer money without interest according to the IOF standards on their account. On equity, based on annual report, there is one item that similar with other banks, which is fair value reserve. In Islamic Bank, the item that complies with IOF requirements, it is a reserve for general banking risk that the bank must keep on hand in the event of unforeseen demand, and take the risk in holding the money without interest charged based on compliance with Sharia. Alright, the last one is specific observation in statement of comprehensive income, SOCI. Under revenue and expenses based on annual report, there are items that has similar with other banks. Under revenue, the item is revenue from financial asset at amortized cost, banking services revenue, and other revenue. While under expenses, the item is employees expenses and other expenses. In Islamic Bank, FAS, the item provision for expected credit loss placed under expenses, while in Bank MFRS put the item allowance for credit losses on financial asset under revenue. That's all explanation from us. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.